If the Atto 3 is a sign of what else is to come from BYD and other Chinese car makers, then it's great news for UK buyers. We like the Atto 3's comfort and its stylish, well-made interior, while the technology is as good as it gets right now. The car is efficient and safe with decent finance deals on offer and a salary sacrifice scheme through Octopus that makes it hugely attractive for private buyers. The biggest challenge it has is to keep BYD's full name quiet. Having Build Your Dreams emblazoned across the back may put some buyers off. BYD might just be one of the biggest companies you've never heard of. Before stepping into the automotive world, where last year it sold over 1.8 meters cars, the majority of in its native China, it focused on battery technology with, apparently, 20% of the world's smartphones using BYD technology. So being a battery and technology specialist isn't a bad place to start for a car company bringing an EV to the UK market for the first time, and the Atto 3 isn't a bad place to start, either. With a watchful eye on what sells, the Atto 3 is a crossover very much in the mold of the Nissan Qashqai and about the same size, too. And with prices starting at £36,490 in active trim, it sat squarely up against the Volkswagen ID.3 and ID.4, it even takes a couple of design cues from the VWs, the full-width LED light strip across the front of the car and contrasting C-pillar, for example. But in many ways, BYD betters VW's offering, especially inside where interior quality and infotainment are streets ahead. While the look outside is smart, if a little generic despite its dragon face design signature, BYD's design team have had more fun inside. The sweeping dash flows through to the doors with a combination of light and dark, soft touch materials, with a small digital screen showing essential info sitting within easy sight through a smallish steering wheel. The party piece, though, is the slim 15.8-inch touchscreen on our top-spec design model. Lesser comfort and active trims get 12.8 inches, that can rotate from portrait to landscape mode. The twist operates via a button on the screen, on the steering wheel or by simply saying, "Hi BYD, rotate screen." In fact, the voice control works really well, adjusting everything from heated seats to the heated rear screen and, of course, infotainment. Spotify is fitted, although Apple CarPlay and Android Auto need a USB cable to connect. We suspect that once the novelty of the swiveling screen has worn off, you'll just leave it in your preferred position, unless you want to impress your friends, but the screen itself is slick to use and quick to react, although we did enjoy using the voice control more than in many other cars. There are some shortcut keys surrounding the gear lever to avoid over-reliance on the touchscreen, while the design of the selector itself is supposed to replicate a kettlebell handle. In fact, the gym theme continues with air vents supposed to look like free weights and the door grab handles supposed to look like barbells. That sense of fun extends to the door pockets with the guitar string sides. Apparently you can actually play a tune if you can really be bothered. Visibility is excellent, especially forward with a Tesla-style deep front screen. Comfort is another theme that runs through the car. Thankfully, this isn't a model that has been tuned to within an inch of its life around the Nürburgring in the quest for sporty handling, so it offers a greater degree of comfort over UK roads. In fact, we went hunting for potholes just to confirm that it really does ride rather nicely, even if it can feel a bit floaty over longer undulations. There's a bit of body roll, not that it will bother most drivers, while the steering doesn't provide much feedback and is keen to self-center at slow speeds. Generally, the Atto 3 is comfortable and quiet, except for a bit of wind noise around the door mirrors. BYD has done a good job with the brakes, though. You can choose between two settings of brake regeneration. We preferred it on high, but it's far from one-pedal driving, yet the modulation feels more natural than on many rivals. As you'd expect given the company's history, the Atto 3 uses an advanced 60.5 kWh blade battery, the blade referencing the setup of the modules, which are designed to use less space and provide greater efficiency. The battery itself forms a structural part of the E-Platform 3.0, a scalable platform set to be used for a whole range of BYDs coming to the UK, which also aids safety, helping the Atto 3 to a full 5-star Euro NCAP crash test rating. The advanced electric powertrain and standard heat pump also improve efficiency and, sure enough, our cars showed 250 miles of range in near freezing conditions, not too shy of the claimed range of 260 miles. Efficiency on the move was impressive, too, although a little off of BYD's 3.98 miles per kilowatt-hour. Charging speeds are okay, if not super quick. Find a charger capable of 150 kilowatts and the car will charge from 30 to 80% in 29 minutes. Efficiency may improve over time with BYD promising over-the-air software updates via its own operating system. The compact battery also means there's a flat floor inside the car and good legroom for rear passengers, although with a slightly knees-up seating position. The boot offers a decent 440 liters of space with a flat floor, which remains when the rear seats are folded to increase space to 1,338 liters. There's even some storage under the floor for cables. Although the car is on sale now, the dealer rollout will take a little time. BYD is working with established dealer groups targeting Glasgow, Manchester, Birmingham and Milton Keynes before moving south in the second quarter of the year. There will be 20 to 30 locations by the year's end, with between 90 and 100 locations selling a wider range of BYDs by 2025. Initial finance deals through BYD's preferred finance partner Santander look appealing, too. With a £3,000 finance contribution thrown in and a 10% deposit, you'll pay £440 per month over 4 years for a comfort model and £470 for a design Atto 3 over the same terms. BYD has also signed up with Octopus to provide the Atto 3 on salary sacrifice schemes, while the first 500 customers will get 1,000 miles of free charging with Shell Recharge, then a handy 15p per kilowatt-hour discount for the first year.
It's all right. And today I'm going to talk about this the towing from electric cars, and this is a general video which will apply to most of the electric cars. And there are certain things you need to look out for, but generally, if you have the opportunity to get a service where they can lift the car up and put it on a tow truck, a tow lorry, this is the best way forward. Now, I appreciate that it's financially a problem, and it's maybe much easier to ask a mate and you can tow it, but you can cause a huge amount of damage to your vehicle. Now, in this video, I will not be able to show you any electric cars because I don't have any, but I educated myself to help you people, because several of my fans and subscribers, members, followers asked me to do the research and to make this video. Now, very, very important is that if you were to break down or the car certainly stops and nothing is working anymore, very important for you to know that the car has a hybrid battery which operates the motor, the electromotor, which drives the car back and forward, but it also have an auxiliary battery which is something like this. This is from a Toyota Prius generation 1. Now, of course, a modern electric car will have a slightly bigger battery, but this is called the auxiliary battery, and this is a normal 12-volt battery. It's not very normal, it's quite unnormal because it can cost up to £900. So this one was only 150. This is a battery with no maintenance. It has some sort of gel inside, and it's perfect for the stop and go cars. Now, if you're in a situation where there is no display and nothing is switching on and off on the car, then it's very, very likely that this little battery is gone or flat. Now, here is the importance. If this little battery is flat, you won't be able to tow the car. because the parking brakes will be on. It will be automatically, it puts himself automatically in parking. And I mean, you can tow it, but you then can take the equipment and put it in the bin. So it does so much damage. If you tow the car when the parking brakes are on and it's in parking, with the truck you will be able to tow it, to tow it, but that car is going to be finished. Now, there are certain other things you could do. If it's a front wheel drive, you can use a dolly. You could put the front wheels on a dolly, but you have a problem. The parking brake will be on, right? So the parking brake is normally operating the back tires, so the back wheels. So it's not really an option either. Now, if you put the two back tires, the front and the rear end of the car on a dolly, then you have the problem that the car is still in parking. So, as I said, the only way to really do it, if you have a back wheel drive and the handbrake is working on the back wheels, because then you can put it on the dolly, tow it, because then the front wheels are just they're not connected to any motor. If you have a four-wheel drive, then you're back to square one. Nothing gonna happen. Now, how can you then actually tow it if that little axle battery is gone? Because if that is gone, it doesn't matter if your hybrid battery is fully charged. It's not going to move, because this little battery controls in most of the cars the selection lever, the displays, all the small electronics in the car. Now, you have several options. This is a little machine which I recommend. I mean, these are used for the combustion engine cars, to restart them if the battery is flat. But this little gear certainly would give on this battery enough voltage that at least you can use the selective lever and put it into neutral, to at least you can push the car, or ask somebody push the car a little bit away from a danger zone. So this would have enough battery. This would have enough battery to certainly move the car a little bit out of the danger zone. If you're in the middle of a dual carriageway and you break down in the middle or at the red light, you can't really leave the car there for a long time. So you connect this gear onto the battery. Now, in any electric car, the battery is in different places. Normally, it will be in the front, on the left, on the right side. It's kind of easy to locate, because I mean everybody knows how a battery looks like, or most of the people will know. Red, it might be like a red plastic on it, is for the positive, and for the negative. I mean, if you don't know anything about, actually literally anything about it, then just get a professional. This video is designed for people who have a little bit of understanding how electronics work, a basic understanding. Now, very, very important is that you can't push an electric car on your own. The seat has sensors, and when there is no pressure on the driver's seat, the car is not going anywhere. So even if your 12-volt battery is on, or you use that gear, what I told you, that equipment, you won't be able to push it on your own, because you need to sit on it. Now, there is a trick which is a bit filthy, but you know, in a scenario where you have nothing else to do, you don't have anyone to help you, then you have to take extreme measures. If you find a log or some bricks, put a little bit of a cover on a blanket on the seat, put a big log on it, or some bricks or some tiles or whatever you find on the street corner. That will deactivate the sensor, the pressure sensor on the seat, and then hopefully put it in neutral. You will be able to push the car on your own off of a danger zone. Having said that, if you break down somewhere, you can ask people. I'm pretty sure they help you, and then you just have to sit in the car and being pushed. Now, if this, if you need to tow it longer, and example Mercedes recommends it to not to tow it longer than 50 kilometers, which is around 35 miles, and not quicker than 50 kilometers per hour, which will be what, 35, around 35. Now, the battery, that 12-volt battery needs to be okay. Now, this won't last you 50 kilometers. This gear is just literally to push the car off of the road. Around 80 pounds, I put a link in there. Buy it anyway. It can help you out of a very, very dodgy situation. You can also use it as a battery pack for your mobile phone, to charge your mobile phone. And in a really, really weird situation when you come in life, in the forest, it should. Well, it certainly has the SOS light. I don't know why is it not happening. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is sending out an SOS signal. So when you're somewhere in a place, you could be on a boat, whatever. So this gear is not just for starting the car. This is a very important, this can save your life. I mean, this light in the dark, it goes for long, and everybody really knows the SOS light code. So if somebody sees you, they will know that you're in a problem. So this can be good for many things. What I do recommend, which is a little bit crazy, but I'm coming from a country where you had to find solutions. Stuff wasn't available, so you just had to fix it or make it, and therefore my videos are quite weird, because I'm just a guy who like to make things work. So what you do, what would I do if I would an electric car? I would invest in a battery like that, right? Having it fully charged. This is from a Toyota Prius, as I said, generation 1. It's quite cheap. But if you connect this battery to that 12-volt battery with a lead like this, right? Connect, positive, yeah, negative to negative, and then the other end, you connect in your car, obviously red to red, black to black, and this on the other end would certainly give you enough power with a 12-volt battery that you can throw it to the next garage, or at least in a secure area. I'm not sure 35 miles, but it's possible. Now, this is gonna cost you 125 quid. You have it in the boot of your car. Doesn't take much space away, but you can take then the whole battery with that lead and literally put it somewhere on in the hood, under the hood, because this battery will fit anywhere. In any car, you will be able to put it. Of course, the hood you won't be able to close, but at least it gives you the power to keep the car in neutral. Now, it is not sexy, yes, because the thing will be open, but if someone is towing you with 20 miles an hour, the hood will not go up. It just won't. But of course, you can also secure the hood with a bungee or something. But this battery will fit under the hood and will supply you with the right amount of power for the auxiliary battery to be able to thrown away. Now, of course, if you have the money, these days, if you have an electric car, I suppose you have the money, then just get a tow truck, they lift it up, put it there, drop it off, gonna cost you 450 quid. Or you're insured, you have a breakdown cover, no big deal. Make sure for the breakdown cover, you take a breakdown cover which includes picking up EVs, because not all the insurances have it. and then you don't have to worry about it. I'm talking about here this video for people who are in a distress situation. I know it's long, I know it's 12 minutes, but 12 minutes or spend thousands of pounds, you know, it's up to you. So those are the tips which I gathered for myself. Select the lever, put it into neutral, make sure you sit in the car, make sure the 12-volt battery is on. If it's not on, you will know anyway, because you won't be able to select. And then tow the car only 35 miles with maximum speed of 35 miles an hour. Mercedes recommends 50 kilometers, 50 km/h, which is 35 in miles and in speed. So thank you ever so much to watch this, and I hope it really helped you. This is a general video for all electric cars. I'm pretty sure there will be, or the ones that are coming out, some of them will be different, and some of them. So my video doesn't apply to some of them. But right now, what I'm marketing in July 2023, what I just told you, works on 95% of the electric cars out there. Okay, quick recap. If you lose all battery on, if you don't have any display and nothing is on in the car, it's a high possibility that this XLR battery 12-volt one is dead. Those are going normally 5 years. If they die, they just die from one day to the other. You know what to do. You have to use something like this to give it a bit of power to be pushed off of the street, and or use this combination to be able to be towed. Make sure the selective lever is in neutral. Make sure you remain seated in the car while being towed. And if you can't, you have to put some heavy load into the seat, so it deactivates the sensor, and then you can push it yourself for a few meters to take it off of the road. In an emergency, you have to do what you have to do. Right now, Donkey Dog for tuning my channel. Like, share, comment. And of course, if you have any other tips, or is there something which I missed, or you feel that this information is not correct, then please leave me a comment, and I will redo the video, because I don't wanna spread here. I don't want to spread here stuff which is not correct. But as far as I educated myself, and as far as my understanding of these electric vehicles, this is the way forward. Au revoir.